This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done, and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you, and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex, and I'll send you the link.
Welcome to Shark Tank, guys.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Let's go fast. I heard someone once today say this is the fastest year on record.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Sure seems like it to me.
It is.
We're already
flying
nine Shark Tanks in.
75 live streams.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. If you're here watching, you figured out that you needed to switch over. If you're still watching the other one, I'm sorry, but
You're going to have to watch it on replay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But we've got 11
YouTube,
people watching,
that's great, too.
so thumbs up to the people that are here watching live. Sorry about the issues. Guys, any announcements before we get going? I've got one. You have any?
Go ahead.
The announcement I have is we are releasing the CRM that we've been building through Go High Level to all Apex members at the end of the month. I'm going to do a trial run starting tomorrow. I've already got like 12 people volunteering, so it's a pretty big beta, but
That's good.
that's good. We'll work out all the issues for everybody else that doesn't want to mess around with it.
And
So-
anybody else who wants to come in the beta, you can still join.
And you can still, it's open. So if you're interested in having your own CRM, if you don't even know what that is, it allows you to text people, email people, organize deals all in one place, all from the computer. It's really powerful. If you're not using one, you should be, and you can use it for your own business. So anyways, guys, let's get started. Any announcements before we go?
Someone wants us to share the link in the calendar if we haven't already. I think, Adon, are we still on track for open house in, I think it's going to be July 19th. So it'll be a meet and greet, kind of like we did the bus tour before, but it's going to be, maybe we have people meet us on a Friday and we'll do the open house party on Saturday. Is that what you're thinking, Adon? Or maybe we just do it on Saturday all at once? And it's
Sounds like a plan to me.
just at the McMansion. What are we thinking? What do you guys want to do even, actually? So if we do a meet and greet or a live event at our McMansion build that's hopefully going to be finished before the 19th of July, would you guys want to go look at other real estate ahead of time? Do you want to just come and see a big, beautiful house and have a fun time? Maybe we'll have some coffee there or something, maybe some cocktails.
There will
I don't
definitely
know.
be coffee.
Yeah, maybe some snacks.
Yep.
So let us know how we should do that.
Awesome. All right, Murat, you ready?
Yes. Hi.
Awesome.
Hello there.
Hey, man.
All right.
Hi. How's everyone?
Good.
Good. So you sent me the deal that we want to talk about. I've got it here.
Yeah, I happened to find the listing on Zillow. It's 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 833 square foot, single family home, and it says Vega Baja on the address, but I think it's actually Vega Alta because the street shows up in Vega Alta.
I reckon.
Actually, here, let me do this. I'll send you the Google Maps link just so.
Please. All right, I'm going to share my screen so everybody can see.
Let me find the link. So it's been listed 53 days. It's a total redo. It looks like it's in a nice little neighborhood, and it's close to Carretera 2 and Highway 22, so easy access to San Juan. Close to 3 hospitals in Manatee, and then the beaches. And so let me find my analysis. So when I used the easy calculator, I plugged in, the information. As far as the it's listed for
65.
65,000, and so for the after repair value, I kind of guesstimated around 230 with a rehab cost estimated at 50,000. I don't know if I'm anywhere near there. Then
Did you use comps for it, or how'd you guesstimate it?
I tried to use comps, but what I found was properties that were similarly priced, but I couldn't see the inside at all, to get an idea if they were in similar condition.
Similarly priced at 65 or similarly priced at 230?
Oh no, like closer to 65. Let me find. So
So that 230, do you have comparables on the sale?
Where they're in good shape?
I don't know if they were in good shape or not, because I
Don,
couldn't
are
see.
you able to pull comps in that area? Can we run it through 1 or 2 or 10 of the sites that we would try to find comps?
Here,
No,
actually,
Bad.
I have it open. I can go back to it. So there's one in Toa Alta, which is kind of close. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, little over 1,100 square feet, sold for 83,000 in.
Sale data on Zillow?
Yeah, November 2024. I did a search for a year instead of 6 months.
Yeah, you have to go out further in
Yeah,
the island than you would in the States.
but there's there's not much in the description of this listing, and I can't see anything other than the exterior photo. So I don't know what condition it was in when it was sold.
Where is your comp? You said Vega Alta?
Toa Alta.
To Alta.
It's,
what direction is that from the house?
Sorry.
What direction is that from the house?
It's like, where is it? I just lost it.
To Alta down here, or you see on the map?
Yeah, hold on.
So this
It is. It's just south. When you're looking on Google Maps, it's just south of where it says Sabana,
okay.
and it's in.
Do you see on the map I'm sharing?
Hold on. Go back.
All right, so we need to figure out a way to pull up some sold comps.
Look at this. Zillow has a ton of
And
data.
that is
It's like
I've never seen
that one.
so much
It's
down.
right there where the 83,000 is.
Or MLS. I wonder if they're starting to grab stuff.
You're close. You're close. Right where it says 83,000 in the yellow. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
I can't see anything inside other than.
If this sold for maybe it's not that nice.
Yeah,
It's not.
kind of what I'm.
Here's the inside.
Oh,
That's
right. Maybe I should use.
okay. So that's pretty nice. It's got a wood roof though. That's not great.
Right. Okay.
I think, is this just one unit on this building? What is going on here?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That $83,000 for that building in that good a shape.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's see if we can find a comparable that, like this one at 110 renovated 4.3.
The one
Stellar MLS guys, I think, is grabbing info. This is
huge. This is a really big deal. This is the most information we've ever seen on Zillow.
Wow.
yeah. If you guys aren't using it, I think you got to scoot in. Yeah. So this one here sold for 110,000. It's
Okay.
a 4.3, I believe I saw. Let's see.
All right, I'll start
4,
using
2.5, 1,500 square feet. Your subject property
2-1,
833 square feet.
Yeah, I think 230 is going to be a bit high on the comp.
Yeah, I just
And let's see if there's anything for sale around that 230 number. This 2,000 square foot multifamily home, they're asking 200 for.
okay.
So yeah, I think you might have been a little high on the after repair value.
Okay, yeah, I figured so.
So let's rework the numbers then and make it after repair value of 150,000.
And does that make sense
Okay.
for that kind of house?
150 might be on the high end from what we just saw, but
Mm-hmm.
seems reasonable enough. And before you buy it, we verify it, right?
Yeah.
I think we're just trying to figure out what would a good price be, and they're asking 65,000. I think your $50,000 renovation number is probably correct. You needed a lot of roof work.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know about plumbing and electrical, but
Right.
it would be pretty easy because the house sits up basically on blocks.
Yep.
It doesn't look like your electrical's all been stripped out by crackheads. So, and that you've got doors and windows. So a $50,000 renovation on a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house that should be plenty. That should be plenty. And I like that it's a heavy rehab. That's right. So then I'd just do, if you went 150 times 70 minus 50, 70%. What is that?
150.
Yeah. Does it not tell us what to
It
offer?
does. So if we come over to the other calculator, let's put the ARV at 150.
Hold on, let me. Are you in the deep dive section?
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
So
Total project cost 116. What is going on here? You've got so these comparables you put in here are these are
I just kind of just estimated. They're not real. That's why I wasn't sure if I was doing, how to do that part.
okay.
Well, Don, when we're really looking for comps, we would use Red Atlas.
So
Yeah, Red Atlas. Can you hear me? This thing
No,
is pretty bad
I
on
didn't
my
hear you
side.
before. I can hear you now.
All right. Yeah, Red Atlas. I use the Crim. I use a Find It. I use 13 different websites.
So I've got here that if you bought it for 55,000, you're gonna spend 136,000 of total costs. That would be project costs, which are the purchase and the renovation and closing costs,
Mm-hmm.
plus then closing costs on the back end, interest if you're getting a loan, home warranty. You don't need that. Take that out. And then real estate commissions of 5%. I think that's realistic. Or do they do 4%?
4%.
Yeah.
4%.
So we could do 4%.
You guys in Puerto Rico, it's pretty common on a retail house like that you'd pay 4% commission, 2 and 2 to the seller's agent, 2 to the buyer's agent.
So the way I'd look at this, if I think that I'm going to spend $133,000 in order to sell it to make 150, so I make
18,
Yeah,
18 grand
17
on.
grand.
not really worth it.
I would think it's
not,
pretty.
that's pretty
tight.
tight.
Yeah.
Where if you're really buying it at, and I can drop the reno here to that, and then we'll do. I don't know,
I offer the
30.
15.
Probably where we'd offer. That's a pretty good looking deal now at $100,000.
If you could buy it at 30?
50 if you buy it at 30.
I'd say even if you could buy it at 40 and you were in at 108 to sell for 150, you've got a deal that is worth doing.
And then using our simple calculation, and I guess that's how you got to that deal. It got you 105 minus 50 equals 55,000.
Mm-hmm.
On the percentage wise, that makes sense, and you're probably safe. I think what happens though when you're doing that calculation on these low end, cheaper houses is that the absolute number that you're actually making is just not that much, and so there should be,
Right.
and I don't know a good way to communicate it in a simple formula, but there should be a minimum that you're trying to make. You know, you don't want to do all this work and make
Right.
10 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say that's true. Don and I just did a flip where we made $28,000, but we had 200,000 in it. It
Wow.
was a return on investment for our partners at 175,000, and we did it in about 6 months. So it was a decent return, but the overall figure was just, it felt pretty small to me. I think
Very
by
small.
by the time everybody got a check, nobody was eating a fancy steak that night. We're all just out eating McDonald's, going, oh, woohoo. We won money, you know, it was a win, but it just was not. It wasn't what we're looking for. If you could be all in at 98,000 and sell for 150,
Mm-hmm.
that's a pretty good deal. Now you're talking about a hefty profit, and the 98,000 that includes sell. What does he have to buy it at? 30 and 50. You're in for 80. Then you've got closing costs and everything. So you're all in is 98. So you'd actually make 50 grand in that case. And if you invested 80 grand to make 50 grand,
Mm-hmm.
heck yeah deal. That's a let's do that. Let's do that 2-3 times a week if we can.
Especially if you're borrowing the money, then you get all of that 50.
Or if you're cash.
And if you're cash, yeah, if you just have the cash, that's great too. Or if you do it with an investor, you get to save on the interest and interest costs, and that brings your profit up to 60,000. You're each splitting that, so you still make 30.
I mean, that's
That's
well worth doing.
well worth doing.
Yeah.
The whole project
Okay.
is 60. It gets split in half.
I actually
Pretty
think if
happy
you had
about
that
that.
under contract at 30 and you came to the group here and you wanted someone to come into the deal with all of the money, the 80 grand,
Mm-hmm.
they'd be happy to do that for a $30,000 return
Yeah.
or the prospect of a $30,000.
And even on an equity raise at a 45,000 purchase, that puts your all in at 100. So you need to raise the 110 still.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you could raise a little bit less. You could raise
Why do you need to raise 110? You just need to raise 100.
just to raise 100. That puts the investor return at 22%. If you can buy it at 45,000, I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah. So if you start your offer at 30 and they say yes, then you
Right.
run to the bank. You're done.
Okay.
If they come down off of the 65, you know, you're trying to land at that 45,000 or less kind of figure.
I think so too.
Maybe you could even stretch it to 47.5 or something. I wouldn't let a $1,000 not
Okay.
doing the deal, right? So that's where we're at. I mean, and honestly, a $30,000 offer on the looks of that house is not like, you shouldn't get the door slammed in your face or hung up. I mean, it's half price, but it's a pretty ugly house. It's beat up,
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
You don't have a hard pitch on telling them that their house is a piece of shit, so you got to buy it cheap, right?
Yeah. McKenna, when you get a chance, could you send back like that version of the analyzer you were just of my example? I couldn't read like the small print. I just wanted to like study it later
Yeah.
on.
So the only things I changed are on the deep dive down at the bottom. I was messing with the numbers in the project summary and profitability.
You will share it with them.
I can, but the only thing I changed is the purchase price and the equity raised. Those are the only two variables I was messing with. If you want to just if you have yours open, put the amount raised from the
Nope.
investor to 100 and put the purchase price down to
30 or
30 or 40, and you'll see the math we were looking at.
Now, you still need to verify that it could sell for 150,
Yes.
right? Because we didn't comp it. But once you have it under contract, you can then go try and verify that through the different sites. The Find It site, Adon said. What was the other one? Red Atlas and Crim, Adon?
Yep.
And then Anna is asking for the calculator. Anna, I just sent it to you in school. So you should get it in your DMs.
And with this calculator, can you have multiple addresses and keep them separate so it works like a spreadsheet if they're making multiple offers?
Oh yeah.
They're using this calculator. Say you're going to go out and make 100 offers in the month. You do them all in the calculator and you keep track of all of them so that when you have
All of them here. Yeah.
so that when you have all of your offers out there, this is what will happen. You'll make 25 offers and then someone's going to say, hey, we've accepted your offer, and you're going to be scratching your head going, which offer was that? So having this kind of spreadsheet will really be helpful and come in handy.
Any questions for us while you're here?
Where's my thing? Sorry, in the project summary and profitability section on the deep dive, you changed the sales price and
Yeah, I was changing the purchase price by changing cell F25, and I was also changing cell K38, which is the amount of equity raised from the investor. And you
So
can remove the home warranty section if you want. No one does that.
I'm sorry, you said K38.
K38,
Okay.
and also F25.
Yeah, F25. All right, okay.
And then down at the bottom, the one on the bottom is for cash with an equity raise, and the one above it is for if you borrow the money.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So 27% ROI if you borrow the money.
Yeah, and this is
And then down
this
below
is
it.
not his deal anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I understand.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance, if you could send that back. I'm missing something somewhere. I just want to know just want to study it so I make sure I understand the numbers.
Jay, we're going to send you the link as well. You guys, everyone can find the link already in school.
Yes, it's in the classroom.
In the classroom, but if you need it, we'll send it to you directly too. So, but anybody who doesn't get it now, if you need it later, you go into the Apex community in the classroom, and then the calculator is there.
Thanks.
Let's see.
Murat, where are you now? Where do you live?
Alexandria, Virginia.
And what brought you to looking at real estate in Tualta, Puerto Rico?
Thinking about moving there. I've been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
On and off since last year, and finally made it down there the other week. I tried to go down twice late last year for a visit, and things came up. I couldn't make it, and so finally made it down there. And basically, part of it is a lifestyle change. And then several weeks ago, I came across your videos on YouTube, and I started watching them, and really resonated with me. And I went down to Puerto Rico, met with Adan, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And so if you bought a house like this, would you be buying it to live in it, or would you be buying it just to fix it up and sell it?
Probably initially fix it up and sell it,
Yeah.
but eventually, I like to have my own home down there, single family home.
Hey,
Okay.
that's life. Who are you? And I can send you it to on school.
Yeah.
What was that?
No, he was answering a question.
Sorry.
Well, that's cool. And so I'm glad you got to spend some time with Adan. Next time you're there, hopefully we'll get a coffee.
Yes, definitely.
Are you
Thank you guys.
are you an experienced investor? Have you done a flip before?
I haven't done a flip before. I've
just a brave
real
guy
estate.
who would want to do his first flip on the island of Puerto Rico
Yeah.
or Virginia.
But you invested in Turkey and stuff like that. It's not.
Oh, you
it's
have?
not-
Yeah, in Cyprus
You
years ago,
Yeah.
Eastern Mediterranean.
you like bought into a syndication or something like that?
No, I actually lived there for like
Oh, wow.
2 years. Yeah, and
Okay. So you have some experience then.
yeah. Not with flipping, but just
Yeah.
sort of simple
That's good.
investments.
Well, welcome
Thank
to
you.
welcome to the community, man. And
Thank you.
thanks for showing us that. I hope that was helpful.
Yes, thank you.
And we do this every week. So if you got another one and you want to come back next week, we'd be glad to
Thank you.
look at it again until you find one.
Make an offer on this one and let us know if you get it.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be offer the 30. And if they say yes, let us know.
Well, I feel like I need to be living there to stay on top of something like that to make sure.
Well, if you got it for 30, I think you could sell it to someone in the community and make some money. Sell it to someone for 35 and
Yeah.
Oh,
I
like
can think of a
wholesale.
few. Yeah, wholesale it. I can think of a few people that would
Okay.
buy that from you.
I agree.
Okay.
Good.
All
A
right.
Don would buy it. See, there you go. You got it sold.
Nice job, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks
Good
very
deal.
much, and good talking to you. Good to meet
Same
you.
here.
Hope to see you on the Thursday class as well.
Yes.
5 to 7.
Okay. Yeah, I think I put it in my calendar. I'll double check.
Awesome. All right. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
Hey, Edith.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going okay. Let me say a few things here, guys. Okay. First of all, I've never done this, so I don't really know nothing. Okay, I'm here to learn how to do this.
Well, you've stumbled
And-
into something pretty interesting on this 11 unit.
No, 9 units.
9 unit. Okay.
9 units, yes. And the reason that it didn't sell is because nobody was giving him his price. And when you look at the comps on that area, or what it says, it doesn't come in close to 1.1 million. So but there are no other apartments, or there's no other multifamily around there. Everything else is single family home.
Yeah.
And this was a single family home originally, but he's done everything he had to do to go ahead and get 7 units. And it's something like he's got 1 3-bedroom, 2 2-bedrooms, a 1-bedroom, and the rest of them are studios. So
Do you have an address that you can tell
I
us?
do.
We can share?
I do have an address. Yes,
What's the address?
2716 Riverview Drive, and that's Melbourne.
Yep.
All right. I've
Oh.
got it here.
Good looking house.
So this
Yeah.
is on the market or this is off market?
It was on the market until 2 weeks ago, and he
So
took it
2
off
weeks
the market.
ago. Okay.
And the reason it didn't sell because he didn't get what he wanted. And I've been talking to him, and I asked him, since the agent's not involved, is the price gonna change? And he said, well, it's very possible, but he was asking 1.1 million. Now I went down today and I talked to the zoning department because the broker told me it could be 9 units, and I wanted to make sure about that because I just didn't want him to tell me something I wanted to hear. But they did say it can go be 9 units. And if you look across the street, you see where you're at now?
I do.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
pretty
you
good.
can build on. They said you can build there.
You can
There's
build a
nothing
dock.
there.
You can build a little dock.
Yeah.
No, you can actually build structures there if you want.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they told me. I went down today and talked to them. Because I didn't want to give you all some, bad information. So I said, let me go down to the city hall and find out for myself.
I'm curious what kind of structure, like how big and what it would be. Did they give you a
It's
size?
pretty narrow though.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
they just said
Some kind of
that
fancy
this
enclosed block,
property
though.
right now it's zoned for 7 units. It's a half an acre. It's got 7 units. But you can see all of them are in one space.
Look at the things on the water. Yeah.
And that's, of course, that's not the A1A. That's the Indian River. But the Indian River is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Why in the world does Zillow have it priced so low at 300 and something thousand?
No,
It's
no,
clearly
no.
better than that.
He's got it. Well, he was asking 1.1 million. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was commenting on the Zillow's estimate was like 300 and something
I know.
thousand, which didn't make any sense at all.
Is it
Exactly.
a flood zone?
Because he bought it. I think he bought it in 2022 for like 700,000 or something. So I don't understand the 300 either.
So this house that McKenna's got the camera on now,
Sold for 1.7 million.
And they working on that. They working real
February.
slow on that.
So what's wrong?
Yeah, what?
Something's off though. That doesn't make sense that he couldn't get 1.1 million for that house. Have you been to it, Edith? Have you been inside of it?
I haven't been inside of it yet. And he won't, he really, I don't want to spook the guy, but I've been touching bases with him. And he said at the end of the month, because something to do with contracts, he don't want to talk about it. But he said he's definitely interested.
What, did you make an offer to him or talk to him about seller financing or something?
I asked about seller financing, and he don't want to do nothing like that. No. See, he's not going to do nothing like that. There's another reason. So he says.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why he's 1.1 million is what he wants, because it's kind of low for that.
Oh, look, it was on LoopNet.
For how much?
This says it was 15 units. Oh man.
No, it ain't 15 units. It's 7 units.
3-1, a 2-1, a 1-1 studio.
And before he had it on the market, it was fully occupied. And then, for whatever reason, maybe somebody made a bid and didn't go through because everybody moved out.
Tax assessments 331. Something is weird. He's got it listed here for 15 units. He's telling you that it's 9 units.
Okay, let me tell you what it is, guys. Really, it's 7 units right now,
Yeah.
and you can they will allow you to have 9 units.
Here's the inside.
Oh, you found inside again. I
Yeah.
couldn't find it.
I think this is it. It looks fine.
Yeah, it does.
Reminds me of the stuff we're buying in Monroe, honestly.
Yeah. Except for that.
Except for that. I think, Edith, you should try and go get a tour and figure out what's wrong with it.
I will. I don't want to call him, too much and spook him.
I mean, he's the one that wants to sell. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's up to him to make it happen.
I would go with you if you can get a tour Friday.
Okay. I'll definitely check into that.
Okay.
And
How
can
far
I
is
show?
it?
I'd like to show you one more since you can pull it up like that.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We'd like to see one more.
This one's more expensive, but because they're asking for it, don't mean they're gonna get it. It's been on the market for 2 years. 973
Hour 14.
Okay, not bad. 973.
Harbor City Boulevard.
Harbor what?
Harbor City Boulevard.
Harbor City Boulevard.
Oh, also on the water.
Whoa.
All right.
Five.
Look at
That's
that.
5
That's
units.
like a little
Look-
lighthouse.
Does it come with the boat?
Two
Maybe if he got the whole maybe if he was
Whoa.
getting what he asked, but they advertise it as a marina.
Yeah, it
And
looks like a marina.
and it's got 5 units right now, and it's got a huge community room. You see it? Kitchen, cafeteria.
Yep.
And
Oh,
It's
that's
been on the
pretty.
market 2 years.
Man, they built that house right on the water, so it
Right on the water.
just waiting for a storm to come take it to sea.
It's in the
Oh,
harbor, at least.
It's in the harbor, yeah.
not on the off the Indian River though, right?
Yeah, no, it won't be sucked out to sea, I don't think.
Oh, there it is.
It's a good looking property.
Yeah.
What would you do with it, Edith, if you bought it?
Man, I just would want condos or something out of more like condos, really.
Does it include this big dock? Let's see what they say. Bring your 100-foot yacht. I like it.
Are you from Melbourne? Have you been there a long time? Did we lose Edith?
Edith?
We lost Edith.
We lost Edith. Anyways, it's got a 120-foot deep dock.
Wow.
I feel like this is waiting for someone to turn it into, I don't know, some kind of like marina hotel or
Yeah.
something crazy.
Yeah.
Asking 2 million though.
The deal there has to be based on the cash flows that you can get.
Yeah, you need an idea of what to do with it, guys. So, are you renting dock space? Are you?
I think it'd be a great Airbnb with a boat tour thing going on. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
it
but
could be.
But then you have to rent it for $3,000 a night to pay $2
There's
million.
You can
I wonder how far it is to open
more than
water.
20
Fixed bridges between you and open water.
Yoko says, "Come to the Virgin Islands. I've got some." All
Okay.
right.
Like that, Yoko.
Yeah, Yoko, come on next week and show us what's going on in the Virgin Islands. We'd love to
It's the
see.
second person today to talk about the Virgin
Yeah,
Islands.
there must be something going on.
Some stuff going down.
So, how do we make this cash flow, guys? I really don't know how you justify a $2 million purchase price when it's
5-bedroom, 5-bath. Even if you made it a bed and breakfast and then a boat. I mean,
you
what
got to do something with the
is
boats.
someone who has the dream of running a bed and breakfast on the water, that loves boats and fishing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely not something you can just buy and trade real fast. You need
to
build a business
You
around
need a
it.
yeah, business. And I don't think I know enough about boats to do this. This is out of our expertise because I think probably someone somewhere knows how to turn a profit on a dock like this.
Someone with a good idea
Yeah.
could definitely. Again, I'd be interested to know if there's any fixed bridges between that house and open water. And you've got 100-foot dock. How deep is the water there?
120 feet deep.
120 feet deep?
Yeah.
In the river?
Yeah, this is harbor.
There's no way, really?
Oh no, it is
120 feet long. Yeah, it's not 120 feet deep. You could
But
have a
look, it's,
submarine. You could refuel the Navy.
Yeah, that's how you make your money. Looks like the fixed bridge is on the other side.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's really good.
let's see if we get the satellite. Nope. Edith's trying to come back, but I don't know if they're going to make it in.
These are
Curious.
specialty properties, though, right? Like the
I like this one more.
1.1 or the 1.7.
The 1.1
The 1.1 looks like it would be easier to figure out the cash flow. They're both the same play to me. They're both a bed and breakfast type guest house. But, Airbnb is the play. And so it's not just buying a piece of property. It's buying a piece of property, creating a business, and that's your job. That's your life, right?
Edith, hey.
She's back.
Yes. The river's only 5 feet deep. I know that's crazy, right?
This is only 5 feet deep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No bridge, but you can't
So
get
5 feet deep, you
can't
really put a huge boat back there. Even a 40-foot
no
Sierra
100-foot
drafts
yacht.
4.5 feet.
Yeah.
You're not putting any big sailboats back there at 5 feet. They're all going to draft more water than that. But you could put motorboats. You could have fishing boats.
Edith, did you have an idea of how to make the cash flow?
How to make it make cash flow?
Yeah, what kind of business you would run out of it?
I don't know if I want to run a business. I just really kind of want to make it into apartments or either condos. I mean, that's really the only way I would. That's a lot of work to do running a business.
That's what you build.
Yeah.
If you look a couple doors down, there's really a marina there. And if you're allowed to do something like that, then you can start to get revenue from having people store their boats there.
I think this is a marina. Look, Waterline Marina.
Yeah.
This house might own this dock.
If it owns both docks, that's pretty valuable.
Because look, I think there's a property line right there. See that?
Do you know, Edith, if it owns both docks?
No, I don't think it owns both docks. No, I don't think so. I can check into that, but I do not think so.
Too bad.
Bummer.
Yeah, I do think you got to figure out a boat business to do here that can justify a $2 million purchase price. Are you a boater?
No, I'm not a boater. And this guy only paid, he paid 1.1 million. I'm sure he's ready to get from under it. He ain't gonna get no 1.8 million. He ain't gonna get that.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get that.
You certainly wouldn't start with an offer there I think on both of these houses, you have to have the idea of you're probably buying them to create a business and get the cash flow up rather than just buying them as flips, unless you can just get them to give you a great deal on them. But like on the last one, the guy's wanting 1.1, took it off the market because he probably got a bunch of $700,000 offers. Maybe if you offered him 1.1 with seller financing, he takes it, and you could make it cash flow that way.
Okay, I'll definitely do that.
So a good deal doesn't always have to be the lowball cash offer, right? You could give him his offer. In fact, I got an offer today on an apartment building that I have where they offered me my full price and they wanted me to do 0% interest over 7 years. I said no, but it was good to see that there's people out there that are making creative offers. I made them a counter offer because their offer wasn't completely absurd, and I think we're pretty far apart. But if somebody's been on the market and needs to sell and he's not got cash flow right now, and you can create an offer where you give them a 10% down and then the rest of the money over 7 or 8 years, or amortize it over 20 years and make a payment every month that directly goes to principal, and then 5 or 7 years from now you have to balloon payment him off, which means you'd have to go to the bank and refinance him out, or you'd sell it at that point. You could turn these things into something that cash flows really well while you have it, and then appreciates along the way so that you make a bunch of money.
Okay, I'll let you know about the first one.
All right. Edith, thanks very much for coming on. Any other questions for us while you're here?
No, not yet. I'm gonna keep listening. I'm sure I'll come up with some later.
All right.
All right. Let us know when you start making offers on these. That's what I would do, is figure out how to make money on them. Don't worry about what they're asking. Don't worry what you're going to offer. Just figure out how you can make a profit and then make your offer based on that. So if you decide that the one's only going to cash flow, just pretend $3,000 a month, make your offer based on that, and make the offer. Actually call them and say, hey, I calculated this, and this is the best I can do.
Okay.
Because you're going to need to make 100 offers to get one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good talking to you, Edith. Bye.
I wonder if
Bye-bye.
we could structure what would the offer look like if we just played the game of let's play pretend we're going to buy those 2 places, or we're going to make an offer on those 2. What would we structure the offer at with seller financing, that if they said yes, we'd be like, oh shit, we got to buy these things in Melbourne?
So I think the boat dock would be easier to figure out the cash flow on and make a cash flow business. Go talk to the marina, ask the boat people what they pay for dock space, see if you're able to build more dock space, and just figure out what can you rent rooms for and what can you rent boat slips for.
Yeah.
See what your income is and then make the offer. And
if Edith's still there, do you know, Edith, if either of these places have a rent roll? Do they bring in money?
The first one, yes. The one for 1.1, yes, that one does. The one that is 1.8, it's been vacant since I moved here, and I've been here since 2022.
Well, how much does the $1.1 million bring in?
I believe it said $6,000 a month. I'm not sure. I have to ask him.
Let's use
He's
$6,000
closed
a
mouth
month.
right now.
Yeah, $6,000 a month's great.
$72,000 a year. So if you're 1.1.
$6,000 times 12, 66,000. This is what you just did, huh?
Yeah, that's what I did.
I'm going to try to get a tour at the end of the month. And maybe if you guys are close, you can come down.
I'll be back on the island, so I won't be able to come. I'm leaving this weekend, going home.
All right.
But just if you wanted an offer that you could make on 1.1 million, if you offered them a $1.1 million purchase price, $100,000 down, and $2,778 a month That's amortized over 30 years, but every dollar goes directly to the payment. And then you figure out a balloon payment, maybe 7-8 years out.
All right.
If you got that offer accepted, why would that be such a good deal? That would be a pretty good deal because we're thinking it brings in $6,000 a month. If you're bringing in close to $3,000 a month, or even $2,500 a month on the $100,000, you're doing pretty good. You're going to get appreciation in the area.
Yep.
Do some upkeep. So that might be something you could do if you wanted to make a seller financed offer. You could make them an offer of 1.1 million. You say, look, I'll give you your price. I'd probably, in this case, make them 2 offers. I'd make them a cash offer at like half price, and then an offer at 1.1.
Yep.
With $100,000 down, and you're not offering any interest. You don't even talk about it. You just say, I'll pay you $2,778 a month for the next 7 years, and then we'll do a balloon. You want to know what that would be? We can tell you what the balloon would be too.
Okay.
12 times 7. So at the end of 7 years, you'd owe them $766,000, which I think you'd be able
And
to.
you've made money the whole time.
Yeah, you've cash flowed the whole time. Now you've got to go to the bank and borrow $760,000 or sell it.
Or sell it.
Either way, that's a winner. That's a positive cash flow for a long time. You'd be an honest to God real estate investor at that point. You probably end up, Edith, running a hotel though. I mean, I know that maybe not your idea, but the best cash flow on that thing is more than likely some type of Airbnb play or something like that.
Yeah, the bed and breakfast on the water. Maybe you can build a small dock.
And if you got that offer accepted,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could find a partner who would come and run it, who might even put up the $100,000. Like,
Okay.
there are people that's dream is to run that type of property, and that could happen.
Yeah. It's a good dream.
It's a good dream. Yeah.
Right on the water. Have people always coming to say hi to you. Yeah, it's not bad. And then Edith on the other one, yeah, you figure out what cut income you can make, and
You could make the same kind
you
of
can make the same kind of offer.
All right. And
All right.
until then, I'm going to work on the pre-foreclosures that you told me about yesterday.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that statement you made really is a blessing. When you said it's our job to solve problems, I never looked at it like that. But when you look at it like that, yeah, it's a whole
Amen.
different perspective.
Mm.
I want to tell you, because you're in Brevard County, they have a wonderful tax deed list, which is a very low hanging fruit as far as finding motivated sellers. You can just Google it. I'll do it right now. You can find the tax deed sale. Hang on. At what site is it? Do you know?
Real tax deed Brevard.
Yeah,
Or-
real sale, real foreclosure.
Brevard.
McKenna will be faster than me. I'm sure I have it open though. Damn, I got a lot of stuff open.
Yeah, it's
Real foreclose.
yeah, real foreclose. Realforeclose.com, brevard.realforeclose.com. It looks like this. Let me pull it up. Can you see this?
Yes.
So you can make a free account here, and it'll show you all the upcoming bids that you can do for months.
So there's 14 sales coming up in 2 days.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, you're probably going to have a hard time making a deal in the next 2 days, but the next week out, you could start knocking on doors and talking to people.
Yeah, and the next auction's not till July,
Okay.
so you're able to call everyone that's on that.
And there's 45 of them, I
Yeah,
think, right now.
Let's see, in July, 31 out of 43 still available.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's all zero unknown. Is that a lot?
Yeah, that's probably land. Land.
Here we go.
There's
And
a house on Lipson.
those are closed.
Oh,
Those
they're
are redeemed.
closed. Yeah, it's all
Here's
land.
one.
But anyways,
This one, 3150 Wacow Circle, Palm Bay. Somebody call this that's watching. So somebody do it. $9,000.
it's probably a lot.
No, yeah, it
It's
is
a lot.
You're right.
That's a lot.
9,000's too cheap.
I've bought a lot of houses on this particular tax
Oh,
deed
here's one.
sale.
302 Blake. $80,000 in Cocoa. Somebody call it.
You pulling it up? Let's
Yeah,
see
I'm
what it looks
trying
like.
to.
Anyways, Edith, I'd look at that site. I've bought at least dozens, maybe hundreds of houses off of that Brevard County tax deed sale. And it's something that if you found someone that would sell us their houses for around what they're paying the taxes on, it's almost always going to be a good deal. Almost
Okay.
always. If you're losing your house for taxes,
Opening bid is $5,300.
yeah. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to buy the house for $5,300 or $5,700, but
But you might buy it for 30.
its assessed value is 78. Its actual value is probably 150. You know, you've got a lot of room there. And when
Yeah.
you're talking to them, they're about to lose their house for $5,000. They're motivated. And if they're not motivated, it's because they're stupid. And if you can explain to them that they're about to lose their house, they'll become motivated.
Yeah.
So it's a really good, it's very, very low hanging fruit. If anybody out there wants to know where you find motivated sellers in the States, these tax deed sales are absolutely, these are the most motivated sellers that are out there. They're even more motivated than foreclosure sales because this tax deed thing happens automatically and very quickly. Whereas they can draw out foreclosure stuff, they have a real hard time stopping this tax deed sale.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, Edith. Have a good one.
All right.
Joel here is asking if you've got any cash flowing deals in Puerto Rico. He's going to go get some bank money on it. 700 credit score, 15K cash. You have any deals to cash flow you're selling? You can get a bank loan on?
I'm sure.
Joel, reach out to Adon or Emmanuel.
Yeah. I don't know what, but yeah, we have some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
4 units, and you'll get it to right now.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And that's FHA that you could get.
I don't know if 15,000 cash is going to do that one though. No. But maybe.
Maybe with some seller concessions to pay closing costs.
Vasti wants to do tax deed stuff. I think that's what she's saying.
Vasti wants to do the CRM. I think.
Oh, the
it's high
CRM.
level.
That's the high level. Okay, I thought it.
Vasti, I made a
Wow.
post in Apex. I think you commented on it actually. I'm going to go down that list tomorrow and get people set up for it.
Reach out to everybody.
Yep.
Well, guys, I think we've been going for about an hour. We could answer a few questions now. If someone else has a deal, we could maybe squeeze one more in. But
Vasti, here's the link to the post. Just make a comment on this post if you want access to the CRM beta that I'm doing tomorrow. And then also, guys, if you're watching this and you're not in Apex and you're thinking about joining, the price is going up at the end of the month when I release the CRM. We're going from 97 to 127. But if you join now, you're locked
You're locked in.
in.
And guys, if you use this CRM, this is a $500 a month ticket. If you were to go to High Level and say, hey, I want my own CRM, they're going to charge you $500 a month. So you're going to get it as part of the membership, which is really cool. I mean, obviously, if you're paying $127 a month, that's way better than paying $500 a month. Yeah. And you get to come and talk about deals with us, and you get to do the Monday Night Live and all this other stuff as well. So we think this is a huge value add. It's something that we started using a few months ago. It's been very, very powerful for us, and it's really helped. I mean, I think it's helped us immensely, actually.
The ability to call and email people, like thousands of people, all in one place is really nice. Because I look at my Gmail, and I've got like 10,000 freaking emails, and I can't keep track of any of them. In the CRM, I can keep track of all the stuff. They're all linked together. It's way better. Anna says, is it a custom GPT? So it's not an AI. It's a consumer relationship software that you can I can just show you. Let me pull it up.
You can't connect an AI to it. It gets more complicated. Than that.
We have a couple of AIs connected to ours, actually. Don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
If you guys have talked to Chloe, Chloe is an AI.
Chloe's not a real person.
Chloe's not a real. And you
So
guys that are
if you're
texting Chloe at 3
a.m.,
a.m.,
you're not talking to a human.
no. which every day, guys, people are texting Chloe at 3 a.m.
Oh, my goodness.
So this is what it looks like. This is mine for the school community. And I think the pipeline, let me see if I have the one. I don't have the pipeline that I've got built out that I'm going to give to you guys, but I've got it built out specifically for real estate deals. So you can put in an address and say, okay, 123 Main Street. Here's the contact information. I can text this person from that little card. I can write down what I've offered. You can link a calculator sheet to see what kind of price you should be at. And then also you can come down and put all your contacts in here, and you can email from here. Like Leonol, I don't know if you're watching. You know,
Yeah, nothing on the screen.
all this. What'd you say?
If you were showing something on the screen, it didn't show.
If we were showing it on the screen, it wasn't showing. I think that's what he said.
It might
Can
be
you
on
see
his
it
side.
now, Adon?
Can you guys see this? Anyways, I'll redo it. So that's what we're doing. Oh, Don's gone. It must be on his side. It's a really powerful tool. This is all through Go High Level. This is going to be included in Apex at the end of the month. We're starting the beta tomorrow. A bunch of people are already signed up. That's this link here. If you want to be in the beta and work out the kinks with me, click on this link. And we'll go from there, guys.
That's Life is asking what CRM do you use, and we're using High Level.
And this does calendars. You can book appointments. I've got the AI talking to people on here.
You
it's
can
pretty
get very,
helpful.
very fancy with
You
it.
can get very fancy. You can take payments through here. I've got our website is hosted through here. So if you guys want a website, you can do it on here.
That's Life is saying he wants to be a part of the beta. So
Here's the link. Click the link above and just make a comment on the post on this post here. You can see a bunch of people are already doing it. And that'll give you access. All right, guys. That's the CRM. What else do we got? Anything else?
I think that's it. You guys, I'm loving this deal analysis. I like that you guys keep bringing great deals and fun things to talk about. I even like that we're not just pigeonholed into only Puerto Rico. We're looking elsewhere now too. So let's do more deals together, guys. We'll see you Thursday night for the masterclass, which we're talking about. Are we bringing someone in? Someone's coming in with us.
Nope.
No, we're going to do a masterclass. It'll just be us.
No, we'll figure that out tomorrow. If someone's coming in, maybe we do have a special guest, but we haven't confirmed it yet.
I thought we
Yeah,
think
we
do.
We're not sure.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.